Back in Season 5, you had Kings Canyon figured out. You knew exactly where to drop. But then they took it away. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 of my favorite spots in Kings Canyon to drop. These spots will have some of the best loot with moderate action so you don't get too overwhelmed on the drop. But if you do want to drop somewhere with a little bit more action, then make sure to stick around to the end. So for number 5, there's this no-name spot right below market, as you can see here. This spot is great because it has enough loot for even 2 to 3 people. It even has one of those cargo containers with great loot inside. This spot doesn't get a lot of action. Every once in a while somebody will land with you, but if you're looking for a fight, you can always take a balloon that's right there on over to salvage. You can see that I got into a fight here, but I dealt with them very easily because I had plenty of loot. And here's the cargo container I was talking about. This time it had a legendary heavy extended mag and a purple stock and a purple energy mag, and that's pretty good, but I've seen even better in these things. For number 4, we're talking about Airbase, which is right here. This spot is really big, so it's got plenty of loot to go around. Also, this spot does have a name, so that means you're probably going to get more action here than some of the other places that don't have a name, so that's another plus to this spot. Now for number 3, we're talking about Bunker. Now if you don't know, which you probably do, you can find Bunker right here. Now I know what you're going to say, Bunker does not have a lot of loot. Definitely not enough for 3 people. But bunker holes are just so much fun that I had to include it in my top 5. Leave a comment down below if you disagree. So your best strategy is probably going to be to sit up on top with Caustic or Watson or Rampart and try to kill everybody down below and just hold there. In this clip, however, I was solo queuing, so I just played as Bloodhound. Everybody loves to land on bunker, so you're probably going to get into some really good and interesting fights here. But all I'm going to say is be prepared to lose and win. Now for number 2 is a spot called Broken Relay. You can find this spot in the top right corner of the map, right here. This spot has a lot of loot and not a lot of people go here. Every once in a while you'll see a few people, so that's a definite win. And this spot also has one of those cargo containers like the first spot we covered. But what's really important with this spot is the decision you make next. Now once you're done looting here, you can either push on to this spot over here, which I'm just about to ping, or you can push over into Capacitor if you want to get into a fight. It's really up to you, just kind of whatever you're feeling like at the time. Now finally, the number 1 place for you to go to in Kings Canyon is going to be that spot that doesn't have a name, but everybody goes to it. Well, actually you're going to go right above that. If you don't know what I'm talking about yet, I'm talking about this spot right here. Now this spot is number 1 because not only does it have a cargo container with a lot of great loot on it, it has a decent amount of loot for itself, but you can also go to that overhang just below there that almost always has an enemy squad on it. So if you're looking for a fight, this is definitely the place you want to go. This is great for those intermediate players who really want to just play passive aggressive. So if you've stuck around this long, clearly you want to hear some of those more active spots that I was talking about earlier. But first, if you've enjoyed my other 5 spots and you think you've learned anything, make sure to smash that like button. And if you want to see more just like this, smash the subscribe button too. Now I'm actually going to give you 2 good spots on Kings Canyon that have a lot of good action. And these are, of course, the 2 C's, Capacitor and Containment. Capacitor is great because it has a really big area, which means a lot of loot, and it does have a lot of loot. It even has 2 ultimate charge towers, and plus a lot of people drop there, so you're gonna get a good fight. And if you don't, all you gotta do is head into that tunnel that leads to the bottom part of labs, and trust me, you'll get a good fight there. And Containment kind of speaks for itself. There's a lot of good loot. Everybody and their brother goes there. So yeah, it's a pretty good spot if you're looking for a lot of action. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.